barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, back. Sorry about that.
God,
Welcome back, folks. Good to see you, EG. We do have forging power, we do have hammer, and we do have coal, and we do have a hacksaw. But we are super heavy right now. I'm going to drop a little bit of water here. 45. Okay, so
this pack is getting too heavy to
thanks for the
carry.
hydrate. Big old stretch. And Baba block, block, block. There we go. So I was saying, but apparently I was muted, so you didn't hear it, that I have been sick for most of this week. I got sick Monday night, and this rather unpleasant cold stuck with me all the way through until this morning. I woke up and I didn't feel. I felt mostly recovered, like 90% recovered. So I am hoping tomorrow will be 100% recovery. Yeah. Tomorrow's work from home, so that's fine. I can continue to uh, avoid human beings. And the whole week that I was sick was also the week that we had terrible air quality in Toronto because of forest fires in the north. So that actually worked out for me because one of my worst allergies is actually related to burning greenwoods. Um, Regular wood smoke sometimes is a problem, depends on the type of tree that's burning. But if it's like green trees, green branches, I definitely get sick from that. So if I had stepped outside, I would have gotten sick from that instead of the cold. But anyways, there was a nice rain. Was it last night? And so we are in a better place. I don't love this, but Bloody cactus walking in. So I was saying I lost pretty much all of this past week to being ill. I ended up taking a lot of sick leave, resting a lot, drinking lots of fluids, sleeping a bit more than I usually do, and avoiding talking. My Tuesday night game was already canceled, so that wasn't an issue. My Thursday night game, due to the poor air quality in Toronto and because I was sick, went online, and we actually had a pretty good time with that. So we're leaving it on the table as an option in the future if we need to do it. Sumo! Wow, that's pretty cool. Two weeks every 2 months. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So I need to get some it's back to work tomorrow, work from home, but I got some stuff to catch up on in terms of emails and consultations, and then I also need to finish up because I was too sick to really work on it. I need to finish up my application for this job out in BC and try my luck, see if I get that position. And then there was another position that came up that I looked at, and I thought, if I were able to live in Toronto without having to worry about income, there's a 1 semester creative writing teaching gig that was open. Not at my university, different university in the area. And but it's just a single course contract, sessional type thing, so minimal benefits, and pays decent, but the pay's decent, but there's nothing at the end of it, right? There's it doesn't translate into an ongoing gig, so. And because of that, finding a library position just feels better and safer. Yeah. But yeah, earlier this week I was pretty out of it.
My fingers feel numb.
Just so heavy. This just feels like a trap. We try our luck to see if we can get some cloth out of the rail car, but that lengthens our time to get to the... I don't know, I think we do it. And hope the weather holds. Although it would be nice if it cleared up a little bit. Oh, there's Mr. Bear. Do we just go? I think we should just go. We're ahead of the bear, so we should go. Because if we go into the rail car, by the time we exit out, we'll probably be bumping into the bear if we're not careful. This is better. So we may have to rip up our socks, but survive.
It's goddamn freezing.
Okay, we do need to warm up some tea here.
Come on, little fire. Perfect.
I didn't drop close enough. It will take a better one. That's about the same. So, while I was lying in bed feeling sick, I watched a bunch of movies. I watched a number of rather over-the-top, ridiculous Bollywood action thrillers or spy thrillers. Um, Which makes me wonder why in every scene, like, the main characters always have their hair blowing in some wind, even though they're completely indoors and there's no wind anywhere. It's like they've got these great manes of hair and they're like blowing in the wind. No, it wasn't Johnny English. It was Dorahandar. Okay, go away. It was actually a pretty good. It was a two-part. Like they're both like really long movies, Durahandar and then Durahandar Revenge. Um, it's basically about a guy that goes super deep cover in a Pakistan. He's Indian, but disguises himself. Like he takes on a cover identity um, as a Pakistani like minority group member taking refuge in Pakistan, and like begins at the bottom of a criminal organization and works his way to the very top. And then finally, when the time's right, he begins the process of toppling the entire organization from within. Uh, yeah, it's called Durahandar. Anyways, one, these things are long, like 3.5, 4 hours long. Um, Two, they're like really in the style of. Honestly, it is hard to compare it to something. There are parts that felt really gritty and a little bit gory and intense, like a really good. Um, I would say. There was what was it called? The Departed. Yeah, so it did feel a little bit like a. There's definitely some Hong Kong influence. Yeah, except for it's not a drug ring he's breaking up. It's a criminal organization that's tied to a terrorist organization. And I mean, there's obviously some really strong political overtones going on here because it's about the Pakistani Indian, like long term, hostilities, just unresolved problems since partition, and there's also not just the larger countries, friction and conflicts, but also the individual, many of the smaller um, tribes and communities have and sort of ethnic groups have their own rivalries and bad blood between each other, and so yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how that all plays out. Um, but yeah, he goes super super deep, and he has to make a lot of difficult choices. And there's a lot of times where he wants to just immediately start the path of vengeance, but he can't because the intel he's passing back is so vital to the work they're doing. And the problem is, India at the time is also, this is spanning like a couple decades. India is also struggling with the fact that they do not have. Okay, there we go. They do not have any trust within their own internal system. There's a lot of fear of like the many layers of corruption going on within their own government. So like the head of national intelligence is like keeps telling his people, look, at this stage we're just gathering information and building a case. And we're waiting for a time when we actually have the ability to act. When it'll become so they'll have enough that they can force action because people won't be able to avoid it or deny it. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The second one I felt like veers even more into the political, and sometimes it did feel like it's a little propaganda-ish, nationalist, but the action sequences are very good. The fight scenes are very good. the the complexity of the relationships is also well done. But it also felt like this is like totally a big testosterone drive. It's just like, yeah, we're just really leaning hard into this like really buff guys doing stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's I would say that's not a bad comparison. You know, there probably is a little Tom Clancy stuff going on there. Although honestly, the guy is massive, so he's more like Reacher at that point. You know, he's more like Alan Richardson. Just when he goes to town on someone, he really rips them apart. um, it was pretty funny. Like half the time, I kept looking at the guy, thinking he's like an Indian Jason Momoa. He's just like huge, you know. It was funny. He's like his shirts never fit, right? Like just like he's just busting out all the time. It's like it's so ridiculous. That and like the Muslim name that he gets, or the Arabic name he gets. Sorry, I guess that's the correct way to say it. Arabic name that he chooses means it means in part lion, and that's actually kind of this ongoing theme that works throughout the whole like story is how he becomes the lion first of this neighborhood, and then the lion of the city, and then you know the lion at the top of the yeah. He's just but then it's hard to like it's such an acquired taste, right? To balance this like really good, you know, deep cover thriller, you know, crime thriller, crime espionage thriller with um the occasional um musical or song and dance sequence, right? Um like cuts to almost like a music video type moment sometimes because it's Bollywood, right? And so all these people also are singers and dancers. So like, oh, hold on a second. No one wants AI viewers, buddy. Let's go away. Okay. So yeah, I think it's really hard to describe it, but if you can find like the trailer, I think it gives you a good sense of how ridiculous the thing is. It's very good, and then sometimes ridiculous, but then still very good. So it's like okay. And I will admit, sometimes I just kind of fast forward through the like, if it like slides too much into music video, then I'm like, yeah, no. I haven't acquired that taste yet, so. Okay, folks, we are en route. We are making our final approach here to Spence's homestead. To your left, out your left window, you can see the recently departed deer and its accompanying crow entourage. Yeah, the bunker is super close to the barn. It actually makes this a reasonable thing to do, right? So you can... Boots. We'll take that.
I'll take it.
We don't really need any more, but we'll take it. Okay, let's start a new fire here. Oops. Let's just go all in since we're carrying it. Okay, so what do we got here? We got lots of coal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll just throw this guy on here. Let that warm up.
I think I can use this.
All these books. Okay, so now we're going to just tuck away all our coal because that takes up room. Wait. Break this down. Draw some torches here so we have something to work with. Okay, let's go out, gather more stuff. What else do we have down here? Nope, nothing else. Out this way.
This'll come in handy.
That will come in handy. Always in need. What? We don't have a safe anymore? Did it get rid of our safe? Or we just got one of those unlucky spawns where we don't get a safe at all? I think that's what happened.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
How are we doing for metal? 12. It's not ideal, but something. Yay. Okay, what else can we do here? We can grab a few extras off of this. Gets me one more. $13. It's not a whole lot to work with. We'll probably have to do another forge. The first forge will be for the knife, I think. And we'll do the hatchet on a different attempt. So tomorrow we'll do the hatchet. We'll do some arrowheads. Okay. Let's eat something before we start.
Can you eat trees? I think my stomach is eating itself.
Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Oh, I see. Our problem is that we're out of cloth, so we'll have to get another piece of cloth and save 5 scrap metal. Might be able to get a few more arrowheads. So let's do the water first, I guess. We might have to do... Well, we'll go to the bunker and we'll get the water. We'll get the... Break down whatever we find in the bunker. If we're lucky, there might be... you know... Maybe some sort of shelf or something we can break down.
I need to find a place to rest.
Okay. We'll do one more of these. Oops. Oops. We want to go add a little bit more fuel. And actually, while we're here, we can break down some of these guys.
Looks like I made it through another night.
Okay, we're going to dump what we have left here. I'm just gonna sleep for a little bit here. Ah! That was a bad idea. Food poisoning, here we come. Oh, no food poisoning. We'll just sleep here for 6 hours. Okay. Let's leave the hammer here for now. And we'll focus on trying to find some more metal. Gotta be careful because of the wolf up here. Now that they've planted a wolf to guard the entrance to the bunker. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Go away, go away. So I probably won't do a very long stream tonight. Not a 2-hour stream. I might do an hour and a half. Just because I don't want to overdo it, since I am still recovering on this cold. What else can I tell you? Oh, on Steam, I'm on. We have family sharing enabled between me and my sister's family. So my nephews like to play a lot of games. My sister also likes playing a lot of games, and so yeah, that's wood, not metal. This one's metal, though. $2. Yeah. That's a commitment. So, oops. So yeah, I think it's my nephew or my brother-in-law bought the new Bond game, First Light. So
Die if I don't get some food soon.
I installed that and gave it a little trial run. I haven't gotten very far. I'm still in the early stages of the tutorial, going through like training mission stuff, but I mean it's fun enough. I think it really suits those that like the Hitman series, but wanted something with a little bit more secret agent flair to it,
Really want
James
this
Bond
much
flair
gear.
to it. So that's what they get. Durandar 2, larger and in charger. They could have called it that. See, I knew he was lurking somewhere. I just wasn't certain where he was going to come at me from. Oh, there's this guy. The same guy? No, the other one I watched was another kind of more ridiculous one. Durandar tried to take itself pretty seriously, but then there's another one called Patan, which definitely feels like kind of Michael Bay-ish. You know, lots of ridiculous stunts and explosions, and yeah, cameos from other famous Indian action stars. You know, it's just kind of a whole little university built up here. Okay. Okay, let's load up. Not doing that. Actually, maybe we should do some cooking here. Do some pancakes. So apparently, the funny thing about the Durandar title is that it simultaneously means like
The
a
night is coming.
hardened warrior, like someone you can count on, someone who endures, right? But apparently, in a different dialect or a different language in India, it's a pun because it also means inside man, which is exactly the character is someone who is the inside person in this criminal organization who's feeding the information to the intelligence. Um, yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny that they had that little pun built into it. Gave me a bit of appreciation for the effort that went into coming up with a title for that one. Okay, so let's add a little bit more coal. And then we're going to forge.
I think I need to lie down. I could eat a horse. It's saying a lot because I love horses.
Okay, so where are we at with days? We are on day 18. Turning into day 19. We leave on day 24, so we still have plenty of time here to do what we need to do. How are we doing for wood? 4 hours. I think we need sleep, at least for a little bit. We'll sleep for 6 hours here. Six hours. Sleep for 5 hours, I think.
I need to find food.
Oh, this is chop up. 1 hour. Oh, we're sick. Oh, wait a sec. We forgot. Oh, we messed up. We were supposed to make the axe and we didn't, did we? We forgot to make the axe. I was like thinking, how come we have so many arrows? Because I was supposed to make an axe. Oops. Oh no, that was dumb. Oh wow. I was like thinking, why do we have so many arrows? Oops. Oops. Well, we should make our bow at least. I can't believe we forgot to make the axe. Now we have to take the hammer with us. So
I could eat anything right now.
really dumb. Otherwise, we have to find other. Oh, I know why we didn't make the axe. It's because I forgot I was going to have to. Okay, we'll do 9 arrow shafts. I forgot I was going to have to shred some cloth. We don't have any cured guts, so we can't make a bow.
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon. Man, if I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Yeah, we should have been making more arrows.
I'm so hungry.
Oh, we waited too long. Okay, let's get out of here. So, what are our options here? We need. It would be best if we could come up with more metal. We need 5 pieces of scrap metal. Might be doable. A lot of metal to look for. We didn't go to the train. The train probably has a little bit of metal. Yeah. Hard to say. I don't think we're going to have enough. There might be some scattered around here too. We still carry the hammer. Let's drop the hammer. I'm going to move ourselves along here. I don't love going up there with the wolf in the fog. That just seems like a scary thing to do, but sometimes got to do what we got to do. You still up here? Where are you at? Oh, it's spooky. That's the part I didn't like, is the fog. And you're like, where are you hiding? Okay.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, there's a little bit more scrap there. That might get us 2 pieces, right? 1 piece. 1 piece scrap metal. Shelf is just more wood. Yeah, it's disappointing. Okay. Daytime.
Oh, I'm starving.
What else can we do? We can deal with these.
I need anything right about now.
So we don't have any guts. I think they're still curing. Oh. This contributes next to nothing, so that's a candidate, I think. Because we already have that one. We might ditch this guy. Currently at day 20. We leave on day 24, so that means we are 4 days away. We're day 4 out of 8. Anything in here? No. Gonna find some more metal.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Come down this side. Look for metal. over by these ruined guys. Or we could go and spray her. Oh, seriously, did we... We don't have enough cloth to make bandages, and we have no bandages. Okay. That was a lousy idea. We're going to clearly need to make some bandages.
That smarts a bit. Ow.
Let's hope we can find some cloth. Another hacksaw.
Perfect.
Well, we could get more metal off of that.
I'm
What would AV do? Yeah. What would AV do? Well, he doesn't have to worry about forging. That's what he doesn't have to do. So I think we struck out. There's no metal here. No scrap anywhere. So then I think we're working our way back to their side. See if we find any metal
make it.
over by the fences.
That smarts a bit. Ow. Ow.
Yep. This is an option. We'll grab some guts off of this guy. Slice off some meat and grab some guts.
Perfect.
We also need some more torches. Okay, let's get ready to head out again.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Ankle sprain, not wrist, so I think we're still okay.
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
This one might have metal scrap.
That smarts a
Let's
bit.
see what we find. Or wood. It's wood.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
It's not a race. We'll head back to the cave. Right to the bunker. See if we can we heal up? Yeah, so we can rest over time. Heal a sprain. So we'll sleep it off. Oh, that's another place we could try. We could try that in the morning, go back down and try the,
Ow.
that shed area. You still up here, Wolf? We don't have enough coal. We used the last one. We needed to have 8, and I accidentally used one, so I don't think we're getting the... we could go hunting around for coal. Oh, there'll be coal at the poacher's camp. So maybe we do need to make a run to poacher's camp. Get some more metal. Okay.
Ow.
So yeah, I think I'll end a little bit early tonight just because I want to make certain I don't overdo it tonight. It's been productive, although we ended up making too many arrowheads and not enough. I forgot to make the hatchet.
This pack is getting...
Okay, so we can break this guy down. It's 2 pieces of scrap metal. We're at 3. We might get another piece of scrap metal in the whatchamacallit, in Poacher's Camp. But it's still going to be 1 short. Oh, you're right. We could go to Radio Tower, and that will give us a little bit more scrap as well. Yeah. Well, how are we doing for time? Right now, it is day 20, and we leave on day 24. So tomorrow will be 21. Okay, this does us no good since we're already at fire starting 3. Wait a sec, are we already at fire starting 3? Hold up. We don't need tinder. Okay. Goodbye. We're carrying all this stuff forward. There we go. Go away. Now it's much lighter. And we don't need to necessarily carry these guys around. Not dependent on that. So if we can find, we might get some cloth too.
I need to find food.
Oops. Drank the wrong thing. Okay.
God, I'm starving. Damn it. So hungry.
20, almost 21. It's cold out there. Let's wait a couple hours. Okay, so we are on day 21. Which means we are moving along. We got 3 days left. 3 days left. 21. Okay, so I think what we'll do, go climb up here. Yeah, we can loot the surrounding
I'm
area.
not sure I can carry much more.
The wind is not looking helpful, though. Okay, so we'll go back in. This will be our save for tonight. Yeah, so we're just going to pause a little bit. Well, end a little early tonight just because I am trying to conserve energy since I am still recovering. I'm like 90% recovered from my cold, but I don't want to do too much and then get sick again. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping like today's air was pretty good, at least here in the downtown area. Not like golden, perfect, clean, but a lot better than earlier in the week. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap up as always with a poem. Actually, you know what we've been doing? We've been doing our reading from the my keynote that I gave a couple weeks ago at a writing retreat called Sage Hill Writing Experience in Saskatchewan. I was a virtual instructor, but I was also the keynote speaker. And I gave a keynote on what we make of failure. And so I've been reading from that because it kind of felt more like a poem that was masquerading as a keynote. So let's see. Okay. I think we're on page 4 now. Just as fear comes because we have something we care about, failure exists only because there exists the idea of success or completion. Often we think success looks like perfection, like the poem or story that is so perfectly crafted that there is no error, that everything is exactly in place. But the world is not like that. Perfect things rarely exist, and when we encounter them, we feel that something is not quite real about them. Much of our modern society is still informed by centuries of obsession with Aristotle and Plato's worship of the ideal and perfected. We live in a time of Instagram filters and AI tools that promise to refine and polish our images, our faces, and our writing, rendering us the best approximation of the perfect. Obsessing over the impossible destination of perfection invariably leads us to compare ourselves with each other, agonize and envy, and consider ourselves failures. This is not the work of art or literature. Sometimes we need to be reminded that what moves us as human beings is not perfection, but imperfection, the incompleteness, the ephemerality, the brokenness of the world we live in which we still somehow find beauty. Many of us are drawn to ruins and abandoned places, spaces where time has worn down the structures, weathered, and has begun to erase the traces of the human. Decay, collapse, and silence, a stillness that feels older and longer than anything we could offer. In such spaces, we are humbled and reminded that the natural order of things is this winding down, and yet within this decline, some things persist and take on a type of beauty, a beauty that refuses to be immortal, but instead exists in brevity, in transience, in the knowledge that if we were not here, we would have missed it. In the collapse of a poem, the failure of a line, or the stumble mid-chapter, we might also find something unexpectedly beautiful in the ruins, something we might have missed if we had gotten it right the first time. Sometimes the lines or images we cut, once excised from their original text, take on a strange beauty, or cast a long shadow that points us to something new, something we could not see around the corner or in the distance beyond the horizon's line. The hole left behind does not always need to be filled. Sometimes the void is the answer. Sometimes we need to be haunted as writers and as readers. The shot cuts away. The camera goes dark. There's an abrupt break in the sound. In what seems to be nothingness, something new is surfacing, emerging, taking form. Here we go. So that's another page into the talk, what we make of failure. Okay, so a little something different. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Clap still doesn't work. I'm wondering if it keeps logging, if Sound Alert keeps logging out. It did again, yeah. And they changed terms of service again. That's annoying. Let's see. Hmm. The preview works. Did it play in the browser source? Did Snappity snap? I don't know. Weird. Okay. Well, hopefully we get that sorted out. Maybe I just need to make it part of my startup procedure to double check to see if it's properly logged in. Yeah, give it another try and see if it registers. I think it's I need to have like the source logged in. Does it play it? No. Okay. So you have the same experience as me, which is whenever people play the sound redeems, I actually never hear it. Even though the sound alert, yeah, it's supposed to work. Let's see, where is it pointing to? Yeah, so anyways, kind of broke it. That's kind of sad. I think I might have to like remove it entirely and then like I don't know, reset up sound alerts. I don't know, something annoying. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We're gonna get on out and raid someone. So let's figure out who we can raid. Do survey says who's up tonight? We got Hyperman. Hyperman, QC Gaming, Big Skillet, Space Case, Deadpool, Sophisticat. Oh, that's Saphosticat. Okay. Anyone we haven't visited in a while? Dingleberry. Fresh Loper run from QC Gaming. Maybe we'll visit QC Gaming. Okay, so QC Gaming's doing Interloper. Okay, we'll try QC Gaming. We haven't been back to visit QC Gaming for a little bit, so we'll support QC Gaming. Yeah. And we'll get this all set up here. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be back again. Yeah, we'll see if Monday works out. Otherwise, it might be Wednesday. We'll see. I got to get this application done, so I might be busy working on that tomorrow. Okay, so thanks all. We'll see you on the other side of the raid.